nhớ rằng ý chung cái tim mong này rằng không phải lúc khát thủ thì ăn cũng nó nếu nó có gì nó mà thằng so here and there miscellany and Hmong church people in Babylon Club lấy ra con một bỏ pop lâu nè, okay, so I'm gonna throw here and there, okay, but first của yếu số là một thằng so chả mong mong chơi là mong chuyện mà chuyện, okay, you guys have to swallow the truth, okay. Ha giờ mình thì sai tàu rồi tôi sai ở mẹ nhà chỉ tàu của gia luôn vậy mẹ sao tôi sai nữa, okay, because I'm just speaking the truth, nothing but the truth, okay. Cũng bao tầm mấy shit cover hả, okay. Nhà tàu ít sao phải hai của tao, bé bài chơi rồi bé mong chơi rồi, what really talking about is they talking about Babylon Club là con hổ vàng bỏ nó, okay. Chỉ mong chơi chỉ mong sĩ ai mong sĩ trung sinh, okay. That's the only reason why they go there, okay. Bố mong sĩ ai sĩ trung sinh. So giờ mấy mong chơi đó, chỉ mấy mong mua bì hay mua câu mua học của cho mấy từ sư phụ ai thế nào, hắn này cho thi bữa sáng nè, này cho tôi nữ cho official nữa nè, okay. So mấy bài chơi gì mấy cho mấy tụi cô lúc bầu ha mấy chân sai lúc bầu muốn cho từ sư phụ ai thế nào, okay, hắn này cho tôi ai thế nào, and it's a heavy tax, you know. You have to pay 10%, you know, to the church or to the pastor. You're feeding a demon pig, you know. Just if we eat the pig, huh? It's a liar, huh? Cho nên số lượng luôn làm sao mấy brainwash mấy program mấy thế, test nào cho mấy halu làm, nếu xin nó chỉ luôn sao còn mấy khó mấy hypnotize, cái họ có mấy khai lệ tổ là mấy khai lệ tổ mấy ham cho tao ăn chữ thế, you know. Cụ thể ăn chữ, cụ thể bài chỉ tao sau heaven à, cụ thể giờ sau cụ thể bài chỉ tao heaven. You may to me by heaven, you may slow some more, may you know, I am God, I can't even go in heaven because heaven doesn't exist. Once you die, you're dead, man. You ain't coming back. No one's coming back as your clone, okay? So, because I'm kind of okay? So, yeah, the pastor is the devil. It's a demon. You're feeding a fat pig, a liar, you know? Cho nên she psychological mind game mo không ra mấy program mấy nè, chỉ mấy nhà halu halu, you know, rồi nông chỉ mấy khó mình chơi chơi nên hà cả mấy một thắt lệ tổ là mấy một thắt lệ tổ thắt cho tổ lên nè, you know, hà cả mấy món mấy nhà donation nên tao cho tụi sư phụ chơi nè, you know, look at all the pastor, you know, they don't care about you. All their job is to lie and deceive you. So they can have a lot of money, you know. They have a private jet. They drive like a Lamborghini or a Mercedes. They wear like a $3,000 suit. They have like a mansion, and they always go travel around the world while you're busting your ass, you know. And you're paying 10% tax to the church, you know. You guys are just a bunch of idiots, you know. But you know, cũng mắc khai cho mấy got mấy such a chuẩn, okay. So lúc church ấy, you know. The only thing good I see in church, if I don't have cousins, cũng một cũng chỉ trên cái lăng khổ cũ lắm. Thì cũng xong bài chơi cái thầu của mấy sao cái whole family này cũng mua cái thằng cho church people back của you know. That's the only thing I see is good and why people want to go to church, you know. Other than that, yeah, mấy chỗ làm hết mấy nhà một sĩ trống thôi, you know, mấy bài chơi thôi. So, yeah, của hai món mấy cho một chơi một món chữ là you guys have to say the truth. Cho mình một sĩ ai thôi, you know. And everybody commit adultery. Mình là nó một ai bắt được cái bùn nữa, ai bắt đến sai. Thế họ là ít tuần sai ít tuần cái bùn nữa, you know. Every single man on this earth commit adultery. All you guys are sinners, you know. That's why mấy phòng cỏ là phòng chỉ trong họ mấy nó chỉ tao có mong này nè, cho họ mấy cái sự cái sổ cái bảng, you know. Muốn là khai của ta tu có chỉ sau một tháng rồi tôi có bùn đó, okay. My mom always remind me that, you know. But I know that it's wrong, but I never really understand why she's so afraid of me committing adultery. You know, that's the kuchi kama ani su ko puno na, you know. Im do po tang ko po chan che ko kuchi mo ai na, you know. There's a good reason behind that, you know. But anyways, you know, cuộc sống thẳng nữa cho họ mấy bài chơi mấy chỉ donate này 10% mấy chỉ income cho lúc trước giờ tụi sư lắm chỉ in tụi giờ bữa mỗi mấy phang chỉ mấy nhóc chỉ thôi chỉ mấy tờ thôi. You know how they do it? Mỗi năm mà họ là bữa chú mấy mỗi meeting mỗi nó chỉ event họ là bữa chú mấy đó giờ họ là thằng này mấy đứa bữa là bữa mấy they try to run you off, you know, because you're not donate 10% to the church, you know, you're paying heavy tax, you know. Nhưng mà cứ you do barely make enough to survive page. I'm able to take 10% to food, feeding that fat pig devil, you know, that demon, you know, a liar. So, make it sound no, you know. People don't want to accept the truth. They don't want to hear the truth. You know, they want to hear the liars. You know, they want false information. You know, mấy nhà mấy cái mentality á, mấy nhà cháu tao này hay lu mò, giảm bê sao, you know. Họ thở ít tôi này hạ có chế này mấy chỉ sản nó mấy chỉ sản nông mấy chỉ sản chế này, you know. That's why tôi này tôi này ổn định cái cổ xong rồi chỉ muốn chơi của nó thế nào, ok. Mấy chủ nhân rồi bây giờ cho cái cũ rồi bây chính chú cho muốn chơi đó,但是mấy giờ muốn chơi muốn chỉ mà chủ là mấy chú hay mấy thổi bây giờ cho cũ cái giai đoạn, you know. That's how stupid you guys are, you know. Hay mấy prejudice, you know. So cho họ mấy mà lang muốn tổ lư đó, you know. Mấy mà program đó. So that's why you separate yourself from the world, and not only that, separate me from other church group, you know. You know, cho Joe's witness, bố chỉ có nói chuyện, bây giờ có chỉ Joe's bán bên trên như cái gì bán bên trên chơi, bố chỉ nãy cái này, you know. Bố consider bố giờ peer blood for God, you know. Rồi nhà cho more man, thế nào bố chỉ nói này, you know. So mấy chỗ này, you know. So cuộc sống khác có change cho mình, okay. I need to no need to change. But I am God, you know. Why you guys not worshiping me? I'm speaking the truth. Why people getting butthurt? You know, people don't want to accept the truth. You know, you guys want to believe the devil. You know, and all the faker. You know, all this false prophet. You know. Okay. So chả mong một chơi của anh nào chứ. Họ lúc còn họ vào bỏ Babylon Club đó. We'll try to handle enjoy. I don't want to take it too much time, so. One done okay. Could you say my man, Luma, more? It's gonna take too much time. But look at how one ball on Babylon Club. You know how many ball the boom shit I you know how like when they go to the store or wherever at the park or to the doctor's office or whatever. You see what if they stand still at one spot, yeah, boom, chỗ học của chỗ bị chỗ lăng chỗ lại là ấy nữa. So they're gonna go to a certain spot and they're gonna stay there, and a portal will open in their butt ass or the pussy, and then wherever the other guy's at, next to her, across from her, or across the world, a portal will open. And my money, but she gotta be like a certain area in certain time for the portal to open. Okay, that's how she get fucked, you know, and that's how they have sex, or she will stay at that spot at that time, and then the interdimensional being will come on the other side at the exact spot right there, but they just not on this realm. That's how they have sex, you know. That's why mấy phụ bố muốn ta la liền mà whatever, bố muốn nói tới họ chờ bố tu sự shopping, sẽ sai sinh rồi để bố nhớ tư hẳn đó, để bố sĩ ai thế nào. That's why mấy chụp bố đó, you know. How people when y'all you know how like they go to McDonald's or like at the mall and where they always sit on the chair, they're gonna sit at that chair, that spot, so a portal will open and drill their ass in their pussy, you know. And that's how people have sex in Michigan. This is how they run human trafficking, you know, because they do interdimensional and they open portal. So how are you gonna know? How are you gonna see it if you're not that person, you know? But if you guys do something stupid for me to see or hear, I'm gonna know. I may be blind, the programmer blind me, okay? But I have a third eye. So my third eye gave me psychic power. So I'm gonna see image right here. Okay? And I'm gonna know what you're doing, what you're up to, If you're playing with me or you're fucking with me or you're you trying to set me up, you're testing me, I'm gonna know. I either gonna know right away or one of these days I'm gonna know. Okay, that's how I caught Selwer. Because boy, okay, but no, because I got psychic power. I got third eye. So, của sáng khai nó men, okay. That's how bố sĩ ai you don't nhìn á, liền bố chẳng chế đó. Chế tự rồi chế lúc portal open, bố mang ai wow bố chẳng chế đó. So either interdimensionally or through portal. So có tự chỉ có nhân đấy sang có tự bảo là, unless người khác có, Tại vì anh sinh khác có bố mình to ha, Cái bố muốn bảo được không ha. So, của sáng khai nó có how human trafficking are done, and today with technology and program, okay? But yeah, I don't because I could take up to 1 hour and only gonna take me 1 second in real time. To I either don't, but actually I use 1 hour, to I and time dilation, They kind of make bone, okay? Thế thằng mình bù thế có bùa này chẳng chế rồi mình châu thế họ chơi mình nhớ họ nó chỉ mấy tụi ở đâu nhớ sáng tiếng nó chỉ ở từ she exchange họ nhà nó rồi lúc bring nó chỉ ở từ mà khai polo she ai thế nào that's why mình có bùa rồi tôi này phim mình châu thế họ chơi mình polo thế họ chơi nhớ tới hiểu chế đó chỉ ý là như khai polo she ai đến đó là như một somebody nhớ the other side interdimensional ai như thế nào that's why mình polo không đấy hắn nhớ không đấy nữaแต่ฉันไม่ชิบะ So that's how they have sex in the car. That's how they have sex where they're at McDonald's, at the mall, or wherever, wherever they're sit or standing. They either have sex through a portal or interdimensional. So I want to tell you guys how Babylon works, okay, and how they do it. But you can't see it and you can't prove it. That's how they get away. It's against the law, but they don't care. The she của hai mấy đó của mấy bù mấy cha mấy phim thằng bây giờ có bù mấy cho to cho họ tại sao cũng mất thằng này every bảo so mấy cha mấy phim mu giải đồ cho hết phim mu non no lu hamburger chứ mấy cho to she's gonna set you up and you're gonna die for that pussy because now everybody knows and she's gonna set you up if you keep committing adultery and mu thằng bây giờ có bù so either she go or you go So mấy gì mình mua ta ha bố chồng bọn cho lúc bảo lúc học của nó mấy ai mấy tờ này khi đó tiếp tục của ship pro gọi ra một ai chứ tôi nói chị của bố chồng bọn cho lúc bảo về của một ai cả về tê của tờ cả của tôi cả hết đi tôi cả chị on thì tôi nè so I die and I come back but cũng thằng khám mấy đó ha okay hát lang chồng bọn thằng mấy tê bị tê học của ta này mấy ai tay mấy tờ mấy tôi hết You only live once, so once you're dead, you're dead. The ones coming back is your clone. It's your information, not you. So it's your life, your choice. So you do whatever you guys want to do, okay? Because I'm your father, I'm your creator, and you guys don't want to listen to me, and you guys don't care. So why should I care? But at least as your creator, I tell you guys what you're supposed to do and not supposed to do. So it's up to you. Cú cho khá là đó cho mấy học bố sĩ ai ha chả tới miệng chẳng ha nếu muốn chẳng chẳng chứ mấy sản phẩm của hai là nô mấy chuyện nô cái là mấy cho họ nhà là lâu nhà là it's your life so you do whateverแต่ชีทำไม่ตัวนะเจ้าจงเรื่องเรื่องเก่งนะ how like when the character die and then a new copy of that character continue the stage or the in the yeah thì mấyตัวเจ้าlúc matrix program nó chắc teleport into copy ไม่ continue ไม่เขา legacy ไม่ต้องการให้ story นะใช่ไหม okay so if you want to die go ahead but you only live once people okay so yeah กูสำคัญแต่ไม่ป้องกัน okay so in this matrix everything works like a video game and it works like a movie okay where everything's written there's a beginning there's an end there's good and bad people you're gonna have up and down in life there's gonna be good and bad there's gonna be positive and negative okay and everything's gonna grow everything's gonna get old and die and then we get recycled replay reset okay so mainly the matrix is reward in the honeymoon doesn't okay so when you buy detail nắm đâu là mấy your chinh khang sát rồi thầu của bác su program câu tiêu ưu tiên rồi you make sure to okay but your matrix everything here is not real Okay, it's all program codes, all electromagnetic energy. I'm the only one's real. None of you guys are real, but you are alive and you are conscious. You have feelings, you have emotion. You're gonna get hurt, you know, but still, you're not real. You are just artificial. Okay, you have to understand the word artificial. Okay, and real. Okay, I'm real and you guys are artificial, but you guys are alive, conscious. You know, so you only live once. So if you after you mess around, you're gone and you're gone. Okay. So, cause I'm kind of because you guys are just programmed, and you see how consciousness AI works. You guys are all mixed with AI, artificial intelligence. You guys are artificial intelligent living organisms. You guys are aliens, consciousness, animals, monkeys. You guys are artificial, so you will do your animal monkey program thing, you know. This is why you guys don't see how I see. You guys don't think like how I think. Okay? And you guys are just animals, you know, that's the truth. The only thing separate you guys and me is that you guys know how to talk and think and how to lie, you know. Other than that, you're just straight animal. So you're gonna do your animal thing, you know. That's why you guys are sinner. You guys can never be perfect, you know? And that's why okay. So yeah, because I want to correct you guys. I want to tell you guys the truth. Okay, you guys have to remember, you do your own program. You are your own program, but you gotta be smart and use your brain. No matter where you work, what you do in life, okay, you have to work for yourself. You are the boss. It doesn't matter if you work for McDonald's or Amazon or Apple's or wherever. It doesn't matter what position you are. You are in control of your shift, your position. You have to program yourself like you are the programmer. You are the owner. Okay? You are not employee. You have to rewire your program, you know? Because you sound like you have to you have to owner. Because you have to in control of your shift, you know? But you have to play smart, you know? And you could terminate your job whenever you want to if you don't like it, you know? You don't work for nobody. You work for yourself. Okay, this is the truth. But you just have to play smart and know how to play the game, you know? That's why you know, you guys are just programmed. So as a creator, I have to teach my program what's right, what's wrong, what's black or white. And then you use my teaching or my reference. And then you alter into your own program. You do your own programming. You don't let nobody program you or boss you around, okay, people? But everybody just gotta work smart and you gotta be smart, okay? So, you know. So don't believe everything you see here, you know. Psychological mind game mentality. You guys will believe whatever you guys see here. Just like on the news. They said I raped 15 female. Sexual assault 15 female from age 10 or 50 years old. I broke into all this house. And everybody believed them. They're full of shit, you know? They got no proof, no evidence. There's no breaking, no evidence, no nothing. They go do a DNA test, all the female, there's no sexual assault. Nothing. And they still arrest me and incriminate me and put me in jail and charge me with a sex crime, you know? That's fucking bullshit, you know? They got all this pastor rape and molesting all this little boy all over the fucking news. Did they ever get arrested and go to jail? They got all this professional celebrity, professional sport player celebrity. They committed sex crime. They rape and rob and kill people. Are they in jail? No. What happens in their case? Just went away quietly, right? So, you know, just like Trump, he owes $73 million in tax. Did he ever go to jail? He's the president right now, as far as I know. Look at the mayor, Jerry Dyer. He killed a whole bunch of cops. He raped 15-year-old girl. He's still the chief of police, and right now he's our mayor and president. Did he ever get in trouble or go to jail? No. But someone like me who never committed a crime, and you know, I went to jail. I got arrested for a crime I don't even know about. You know, I didn't even know after 3 months I was in jail, and they tell me, "Oh, I got charged with a sex crime." You know, that's fucking bullshit. You know? But they don't have no evidence, so they just have me sign the deal and charge me with a sex crime and put me on fucking probation, and that's fucking bullshit. While people get away with murder and rape. Just like thầu của nhau chiều đó, mấy thấu a kid, he's around in his 20s. He raped a 15-year-old girl, and his dad owned a company. His dad knows the people in the system. He bragged to me, hey Z, cho thầu của nhau chiều của mỗi cũng biết who Z. Hey Z, I'm gonna get out and within 2 weeks. My dad got money, and my dad know people in the court in the system. I got charged with rape, and watch, I'm gonna get out. I thought he was bluffing. After a week and a half, he got released, and his case just went away quality, and the case was dropped. I just dropped my jaws. So I just want to throw here and there. But the Matrix, we got cheat codes. You can't refuse. That's why it's very dangerous for people who have cheat code. You could just take tax. You could see cheat code. You only no register. Who do computer? That could do take tax. It's very dangerous. People who have cheat codes in the Matrix here, because they could cheat anything. 你也不想赢 lottery， 你也不想同样的道理，也不想得好 position， 不想 OTC， 我不遇好气口，也不加到的，That's how cheat code works in the Matrix here. Okay, there's treasure. Sometimes you go around, you'll find like $1 million or $1,000. Either the program's gonna program them to drop the money there or put the money there, or the Matrix gonna teleport $1 million right there, and you're gonna find it. That's why people find treasure here and there. But there's also bombs and booby trap. What happens if they put bombs or program there and you touch it, you blow up, you die. But what if they put a zombie program there and you touch it and you get programmed, you go and kill somebody and rape somebody and you go to jail. Or what if you go off grid and you're gonna get blown up? Because they put electromagnetic pictograph right there, so you're gonna get zapped and blown up. They put on the grid, or on the material. So the Matrix is full of tricks, deception, lies, and treasure, bombs, and booby trap. Okay, guys, this is how it works. And life is written, simulate. We live in a simulation. There's invisible and mirror flying around, CGI stuff. So if you see anything 10 feet away, you can't tell if it's real or not. Or they could make it up. They could change the story. They can make anything rain, disappear, reappear. They could change anything into anything. So the Matrix is all about tricks, full deception. Hold on, okay? I throw here and there, okay? So cũng chúng tôi chẳng có thẳng được cho họ bốc mô cũng blog á, chị của thấy họ specific, chứ chỉ tao á, chị của chủ thẳng hiện lên để của tôi chẳng tao chẳng mấy còn mấy báo okay? Because I want to get to know the truth and I want to get to know how the Matrix works, okay? So yeah, đúng là tên là chị is spaceship, huh? It's a stationary holodeck ship, mothership Earth. And up there, it's a firmament glass dome. The sun is a sun simulator powered by nuclear fusion. It's a giant flashlight up there. It's not a real planet sun. And it's just probably like a couple 100 miles up there. The moon's a hologram. The star is a hologram Starlink. This stationary spaceship hologram Earth here. It's inside a fish tank, filled with water. So there's water above and so is below, Okay? Space is a vacuum. Space is fake. It's a hologram, okay? The sky is a hologram, okay? Everything you see around here are just digital 3D photorealistic vibration, okay? So that's how they can digitize anything, They can make you see anything, hear anything, feel anything. And there's lots of ways to do it. There's more than one way to do it, and you can never know the truth. That's why it's called the Matrix, the Matrix. It's all about tricks to play tricks on the victims. Okay, everything's a lie. I will tell you guys how to be real happy, how to have real freedom in life. By everybody got to work together, play dumb. You have to live the life that makes you happy. The meaning of life is all about happiness. Whatever makes you happy, sex, power, drugs, gambling, sports, play video games, whatever. This is how you have real happiness. and a real freedom, because we live in a prison planet here, controlled by artificial Pac-Man, Skynet. If you watch the Terminator, you watch iRobot, the Matrix, it's all controlled by the program. Okay, so everybody's a prisoner, a sex slave. So no matter what it is, you have to be your own programmer. Okay, you gotta be program yourself to be your own boss, no matter where you work, where you at. And you have to, the meaning of life, you have to be happy. I know everybody's not happy of their life, but there's ways to go around it. You have to program yourself, to be your own boss, and whatever makes you happy, you have to go for it. There's no right or wrong in the matrix here. There's nothing right, or there's no wrong. But if you do something wrong and then somebody reject your program, then you're gonna face consequences. you know you just have to keep that in mind. But you can do whatever you want, believe whatever you want to believe. Belief is a myth, it's not real. Okay, so I want to teach you guys how to make a true. Okay, that's why we'll try to wrap everything up under 30 minutes. Okay, because after 30 minutes YouTube won't upload. Okay, which is like 6 hours just to upload a 30-minute video. So I don't have time for that. So yeah, because how bullshit church people, how the world works. I want to tell you guys the meaning of life. How to be happy, and the meaning of life is all about happiness. Okay. I know they put us in the Hunger Games where you gotta do everything to survive. That's why there's so many evil. They create all this money, drugs, gambling, religions, race, tax, jobs, and throw us in the Hunger Game and divide us so we can never be united, corrupt human, destroy humanity subliminally. They make us sick. They had to create a disease, war, religion, race, gambling, drugs, human trafficking, all that. So the world will spin and to create jobs and destroy humanity. Because what happens if they create something, nothing break, everything's free. There's no war, no disease, no nothing. Then the Satan and his demons world doesn't spend. The globalist elite doesn't like that. That's why they make us hungry. Helpless. You know, that's why we're very desperate to do everything to just to survive. Okay, and if anybody has any question or have anything to say, feel free to comment. Okay, good or bad, but keep it professional and use code word. Okay,搞不错YouTube，什么被 flag 呢？OK，我讲到。